Out as well, so it's the return of Argentinian striker Gabriel Amato. Amato returns to the firing line alongside 11-goal Rod Wallace. George Alberts and Tony Vidmar keep their places despite being subbed at half-time at Fir Park on Wednesday. That means Arthur Newman continues his comeback on the bench. Gabriel Amato's vital statistics aren't impressive, only 3 goals so far for Rangers. It's 7.5 weeks since he scored and 5.5 weeks since he played. He's yet to justify his £4 million transfer fee. Another striker with a question mark over his name is Dundee United's Kjell Olofsson. He's the club's top scorer over the last couple of seasons, but the 33-year-old Swede's future at Tannadice could be threatened by the arrival of Billy Dodds and Alex Mathy. All three are named in Paul Sturrock's starting lineup. There's just one change from the 11 who started last week's 1-0 defeat of Hearts. Canadian Jason DeVos drops down to the bench. Icelander Siggy Jonsson takes his place. Here's how they shape up. Veteran Maurice Malpass continues to be a big on-field influence. Teenage midfielder Craig Easton is one who's sure to benefit from the player-coach's experience. The referee for Rangers against Dundee United is Jim McCluskey. Rangers start the match, and I'm sure the voice of Dick Advocaat is still ringing in their ears after that midweek Scottish Premier League defeat. It's brought to a shuddering end their unbeaten run of 17 games. The last 6 of those had all been won. So that's been hard to take for Rangers. And they now plan to set off on another run. But Dundee United will make things difficult for them. A rejuvenated Dundee United under Paul Sturrock. Here's Colin Hendry playing his 6th match on the trot, having struggled to make the first team breakthrough. A long ball from him. And not much chance of that being caught by Sergio Perini. Little nudge from Mathy and Vidmar. Tony Vidmar won the header anyway. Zetterlund getting the better of Wallace. Now Dodds. Support coming through in the form of Easton. Alex Mathy. Olofsson and Dodds are in the middle. It's a good run from Mathy and a good ball in as well. The near post flick from Olofsson. Not too damaging to the Rangers defence, but it was a good run here by Mathy. Good bit of pace, which took him away. Got him to the byline and whipped in the cross. Here's Craig Easton, Alex Mathy on the touchline. Darren Patterson finding Billy Dodds. Back again to the Northern Ireland international. Vidmar's clearance. That was a wild attempt at getting to the ball from Patterson. Advantage being played. I think Van Bronckhorst reckoned the whistle had gone. Now Mathy, and out comes Charbonnier. A lively opening from Mathy. Tremendous work rate, Barry Ferguson, in addition to the undoubted ability he possesses. There's a prime example. Picking out Tony Vidmar, knocked over by Alex Mathy. Free kick against the new arrival at Tannadice. Heavily in here as Vidmar threatened to go beyond him. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst on the free kick. Colin Hendry in the middle. Amoruso is up as well, and Vidmar. Nicely flighted in, headed away by Malpass. Here's Van Bronckhorst. Lovely skill. Controlled it in his chest. Hits the ground. No great appeal from Rangers. Certainly some of the Rangers supporters behind the goal. We're looking for a penalty here for the challenge from Billy Dodds, but Van Bronckhorst himself didn't look too excited about it. Billy Dodds really just trying to usher the ball behind. Alex Mathy brushed aside Lorenzo Amoruso there. Was that a free kick? Yes, it was. At the edge of the area. defensive lapse from Amanuso, which let Mathy away firstly, and then there was the trip. Mathy waits in the middle. Olofsson is over the ball. 2 in the wall for Rangers, and lots of movement in the penalty area. Olofsson's effort. Good handling from Charbonnier. Had to stop it and had to hold it as well, because if Charbonnier had let this slip, there might well have been a rebound chance for United. Dundee United working hard at closing down, not giving Rangers any time on the ball. There's an example from Siggy Jonsson. This is promising. Here's Easton lining up the shot, and it was a good one from Craig Easton. That's the best effort on goal so far at either end. Jonsson won it for United, released Easton, and he got good connection on the shot. A few feet wide, but it was close enough to Charbonnier diving across goal. Well wrapped up in his overcoat today, Dick Advocat, yelling a few instructions. Amato not with the control to bring the ball down there. Amaruso's clearance came off Dodds. Mathy is onside, racing to keep that in. Easton is the man in the middle. Behind him, it might drop yet for Billy Dodds. Chance for Dodds! Billy Dodds for Dundee United. 25 minutes gone, and this fairy tale spell in the career of Billy Dodds continues. Goal number 4 for his new club, and that's the opening strike at Ibrox, which had Dick Advocat out on the touchline, not at all happy. Here was how it came about. Fired in by Mathy into the box. It was behind Easton. In came Torini and Zetterland. The ball broke free. Amaruso was beaten to it by Billy Dodds. Moving on to it at speed as Charbonnier came off his line. The deftest of chips in at the far post. This is superb finishing from Billy Dodds. And it's 1-0 Dundee United. Amato finding Alberts with the header. In for Wallace. Knocked down for Van Bronckhorst. He was about to pull the trigger. Here's Hendry. Now Perini. Rod Wallace. In for Amato. Might have been a heading opportunity that at the far post for Gabriel Amato. Chose to go for it with his left foot instead, and it hit the ground and into the arms of Dijkstra. Zetterland and Easton. Craig Easton, very promising player. Goldmark, that's a good ball for Mathy. He can pull that back from the byline. And what a chance that was for Kjell Olofsson, right on the penalty spot. He just about missed that completely. Well set up by Mathy, and that could well have been number 2 for Dundee United. This was more than a half chance. A cutback which had the Rangers defence turning, and you'd have put some money on Olofsson firing that shot on target. Controlled well, a difficult ball for Gabriel Amato. Now Alberts moving on at speed, powerful run, and the run was halted by Maurice Malpass's tackle at the edge of the area. The Rangers fans still jeering at the decision made here. They reckon that might have been a foul on George Alberts, but I think we proved there that Maurice Malpass got the ball. George Alberts, nicely controlled pass for Vidmar. Rangers wanted an early ball played in there. Vidmar's throw. Amato's flick. Wallace! What a save, Steve Dijkstra. He couldn't have known too much about that. That was pure instinct. It was a lightning effort by Wallace, and so close to his 12th goal of the season. A brilliant stop by Dijkstra. Well worth a second look, because he didn't see much of it the first time. Great effort by Wallace, saved by the left foot of Dijkstra. Rangers denied an equaliser with 11 minutes to go to half-time. Amato unable to make much of that. Came off Skuldmark. And the Rangers defence sliced open there with great ease. Here's Billy Dodds. Across comes Barry Ferguson and Shell Olofsson. Rangers in disarray. And another chance for United. Billy Dodds looked up and saw Olofsson making a late run on the far side. It got beyond Barry Ferguson. And the combination of Ferguson and Charbonnier was enough to put off Olofsson as he was in the act of shooting. Wallace couldn't control it. Darren Patterson was very quickly into the tackle. And that's half-time. And there's the man whose goal separates these two sides after 45 minutes. Typical piece of opportunism from Billy Dodds. Amoruso was caught static at the edge of the area. In came Dodds, and what a brilliant finish that was. Amoruso was waiting for it, Dodds wasn't. And as he moved in at pace, he found the perfect chip to beat both Hendry and Charbonnier. It went in at the far post. But United owe a debt to Steve Dijkstra as well for a quite superb save there from Rod Wallace with his left foot. And at half-time, as the players head into their dressing rooms, it's Rangers 0, Dundee United 1. And right at the start of the second half, Rangers make a change. It's the same change they made after 45 minutes at Fir Park on Wednesday. Arthur Newman is on for Tony Vidmar. Dundee United get the match restarted, and they'll be delighted with their efforts in the first 45 minutes. It's been a real tactical success for them under the guidance of Paul Sturrock. And well, may he be
field closing
according to plan in the first half, very tight defensively and counter-attacking to some effect with Dodds and Mathy and Olofsson. And Rangers have a big job on their hands to work their way back into this game. Long ball from Amoruso, flicked on by Kanchelskis. Across comes Malpass. Amato back onto the left foot. Good tackle by Maurice Malpass. Waited his moment and timed it perfectly. Perini is away from Zetterlund. It's George Alberts, and it's off target. Well, he's mastering the language pretty well by the looks of it. Not pleased with that effort. That's well within his range. But Rangers were foiled here by the experience and the wile of Malpass. What a great challenge that was. Hendry won that aerial duel with Billy Dodds. Zetterlund's pass intercepted by Newman. Skuldmark trying to play a 1-2 with Mathy. Good play from Newman. And good distribution from Charbonnier. Chance for Alberts to make some progress. Now Van Bronckhorst. Wallace. There's Amato! Saved by Dijkstra. There's a decent chance for Amato. And credit to him, he did put the header on target as Rangers linked well down the left side. It was a good ball in from Wallace. A high hanging ball at the far post. And good goalkeeping from Dijkstra. Good play from Arthur Newman, away from Mathy. Still going. Not the finish to go with the build-up. But he did so well, Newman, to work that opening. Good pace, good control of the ball as well. And as he cut onto the right foot, he saw the chance to shoot a goal. And almost a big mistake there by Lorenzo Amoruso. Thankfully for him, Billy Dodds didn't know too much about it. That was very dangerous at the edge of your own penalty area. Amato, good play, cleared by Malpass. And again. Amoruso to Alberts, lining up the shot, Josh Alberts! It was a sizzler, and it wasn't too far off target. It just skimmed the roof of the net on its way over. And Dundee United will be looking at themselves here because they stood back off Alberts, and he doesn't need too much encouragement. Sieb Dijkstra was happy to see this go over the top. Johnson did well against Amato. Now Dodds. Trying to link up with Kjell Olofsson. Paul Sturrock wasn't too impressed. Hendry looking for Kanchelskis. In the way was Pasquale. Back defending, Kjell Olofsson. Sliced into the middle of the field. Ferguson back to Amoruso. Now Hendry. Slipped as he played it. Foul by Pasquale on Kanchelskis. And that allows Rangers the opportunity to push Hendry and Amoruso into the area after that foul. Full of concentration there, Sieb Dijkstra. He's been important to United already in the match. In from Van Bronckhorst, took a ricochet off Wallace. Now Alberts. That's for Newman. Free at the far post, that was Amato. That was Hendry. And that was Rod Wallace. That's 1-1. 18 minutes of the second half gone. I think a fair bit of relief there for Dick Advocat and the Rangers supporters, as well as the obvious delight. It's been a frustrating match so far, and it's taken more than an hour for Rangers to put the ball in the net. And again, the goal down to the sharpness of Wallace, but it was well built up. Well-weighted pass from Alberts. The pullback from Arthur Newman. It was knocked back at the far post by Amato, turned in by Hendry, and fired into the net by Rod Wallace. That's 12 for the season for Rod Wallace. Rangers looking a bit more purposeful now. Ferguson and Kanchelskis. That's for Hendry. Short with the pass for Alberts. George Alberts did well though. Superb pass for Newman. And picked out of the air by Sieb Dijkstra. But Arthur Newman is having a big impact on this match. Since the change was made at half-time, Rangers a different team. Good quality balls being played in. Billy Dodds on the counter-attack. In for Easton. As for Olofsson, and out comes Charbonnier. Good throw as well for Alberts. Wallace trying to get in behind Patterson. He does so much work in a match, Wallace, apart from his obvious scoring potential. Newman's flick headed away by Johnson. Skoldmark waiting too long. That was good play from Van Bronckhorst to get it back. Newman, Ferguson, lovely touch. Perini slipped as he tried to play the ball in. Unlucky there, Sergio Perini. It was well built up. It was the deftest of touches from Barry Ferguson. Look how he brought that ball under control and played the pass all in the one movement. But sadly for Rangers, Perini lost his footing just there. Colin Hendry, easily dealt with by Patterson. Alberts and Newman link so well. It's another good ball played in by Arthur Newman. And again, picked out of the air by Dijkstra. And the handling had to be good here because Gabriel Amato was lurking in behind him. And this ball was also in danger of dropping in under the crossbar, but it was well played by Dijkstra. Shouting the odds at the touchline, Paul Sturrock, his assistant, John Blackley, who does most of the verbal, is just in front of him. In from Pasquale, took a touch off Jim McCluskey, and almost offered up a chance there for Alex Matthey. He's disappointed that he couldn't keep that down. This was fortune for United. It just brushed Jim McCluskey's back, and too high the effort from Alex Matthey. Kanchelskis trying to free himself of the attentions of Pasquale. Now Newman. He's away from Skoldmark, playing the 1-2 with Van Bronckhorst. Turned behind by Patterson. Good link up there between the two Dutchmen. Know each other's play very well, these two, and it shows. And Patterson forced into conceding the corner kick. Played in by Van Bronckhorst. Colin Hendry's header. Flashing wide. Won it well. But couldn't put the header on target. Amato kept that in, but only for Pasquale. It's a slip by the Frenchman. Here's Kanchelskis. Off Malpass, corner kick. Pasquale was looking for a free kick further back, didn't get it, and it offered up a chance to Kanchelskis. Instructions to Pasquale there from Malpass to keep cool, keep concentration, so important. The corner kick in from Van Bronckhorst, and out a fair way off his line. To grab it was Sieb Dijkstra. One Dutchman to another, that was Arthur Newman. Now Ferguson and Alberts. Newman again, important presence for Rangers. Chased by Wallace, hammered out of play by Darren Patterson. The throw goes all the way back to Barry Ferguson. That's for Hendry. Allowed the ball to slip under his foot. Amoruso there competing with Charbonnier to get at the ball first. And that's an aimless delivery into the box. Colin Hendry probing at the United defence. Chased by Amato. And he wins the corner kick. Put enough pressure on there, Gabriel Amato, to force Bernard Pasquale to concede the corner. Hendry is up in the area. Torini and Amoruso are there as well, in addition to Wallace and Amato. Delivered by Van Bronckhorst. And that's 2-1. Sieb Dijkstra was a spectator there as Lorenzo Amoruso bulleted a header into the back of the net. 5 minutes of the match left, lost by Dijkstra, and that may well have been an own goal of Siggy Jonsson. The contact there seemed to come off the Dundee United defender. Amoruso certainly went for it, but that may have blown off the head of Jonsson. Completely lost by Sieb Dijkstra. He wasn't near it, and the credit, unfortunately for Siggy Jonsson, I think will go to him. 5 minutes left, 2-1 Rangers. Maffey trying to find a way into the box, cleared by Amoruso. Here's Jonsson. And Skoldmark. Too close to Charbonnier. Chance to play a damaging ball into the box. It wasn't. Zetterlund slipped. Barry Ferguson plays it through. Rod Wallace is onside. Did that come off the arm of Maurice Malpas? I think it did, but it wasn't deliberate, and it's a corner kick. Rod Wallace raises his eyebrows. He thought he might well have had a penalty kick there for handball against Malpas. He's never entirely happy, Dick Advocat, but he'll certainly be satisfied now with the scoreline. It's a Dundee United throw. Rod Wallace won't be too upset because the seconds are ticking away towards what he hopes, and a lot of people inside Ibrox hope, will be a Rangers victory. And Dundee United, who put so much into this match, end up a beaten team. They were 1 up at half-time thanks to Billy Dodds. It was Rod Wallace who equalised with his 12th goal of the season. So sharp in front of goal. He proved it yet again. What a steal he's been, a free transfer from Leeds United. And then 5 minutes from the end of the regulation 90, Rangers won the match. May well be credited as an own goal to Siggy Jonsson. It appeared to fly in off his head, although Lorenzo Amoruso may well be trying to claim it as his second goal of the season as well. It was he who made the challenge for the ball. It looked to fly in off Jonsson. Sieb Dijkstra was lost, and Dundee United at that point were a beaten team. 1-0 up at half-time. At the end, beaten by 2-1. Rangers stay top of the Scottish Premier League.